lovely human being, how are you doing? I am doing pretty well. Thank you so much for your feedback. Many of you told me that you really enjoy this type of casual English chatty videos, and one of you left me a comment and asked me to talk about how to deal with depression and negative feelings. So today is gonna be a mental health chat. As per usual, I will have bilingual subtitles for you guys. That way you can fully understand me and learn some English along the way. I have personally been through depression myself. It was not an easy battle, and I know that mental health can be an individual journey for each different person, but I would still love to share my experiences with you, and hopefully they can be helpful to you and make you feel better. Before I jump in, I would love to present this idea to all of us, me included, to stop labeling our feelings as negative and try to see it as a child from within who is calling for help, for care, for attention. And that way we can deal with our feelings from a kind and loving perspective. Okay, so step number 1, being aware of how you feel and being curious about where your feelings come from. So back to 5 years ago when I was suffering from depression, my depression was a form of suppressed anger and sadness. I didn't know how to let them out, so they were attacking me from inside and creating harmful thoughts. And over time, they just piled up like a huge mountain and transformed into depression and made me feel overwhelmed and suffocated. And the thing is, the longer you suppress your feelings, the deeper you will get hurt. And eventually, it's gonna take you longer to heal from all those wounds. So when you're feeling really bad, ask yourself, what are some of the truths that I am not telling? What is it that is making me feel so unhappy? What are some of the emotions that I am denying myself from? This is not to judge or criticize yourself. This is to be curious and learn about yourself so you can gain more clarity of what's happening inside of you, and hopefully we can get down to the roots of everything. 嘿，朋友们，我插播一句，我精心设计的纯真英语学院 Pure English Academy 已开启秋季招生。如果你想要说一口漂亮自信的英语，想要获得纯正地道的发音，想要知道如何增强你的社交技能和英文母语者建立深层次的联系，我非常期待你能够加入纯真英语学院。这是一套12周的集训课程，所有的课程都为1对1私人指导，还包含丰富的影音资料。我很愿意成为你的英文口语教练，让我带着你去解决从过去到现在你在口语交流中遇到的所有困难。纯真英语学院每一季最多只招4名学员，所以名额是非常有限的。如果你想要报名的话，可以点击我在 description box 里面的邀请链接来预约免费和我面对面交流的机会。我们会一起讨论你的口语目标以及最适合你的学习计划。I so look forward to seeing you there, and I can't wait to be your coach and help you make your transformation happen. Alright, let's get back to the video. A short story of how I found out I was depressed. I didn't know I was depressed. I just knew I didn't feel well. And then one day I came across this song on YouTube written by Scott Allen called Anything Worth Holding On To. When I first heard that song, the music, every lyric, every line just spoke to me so dearly, and it hit my heart. At the end of the video, it showed that the song is dedicated to people who are suffer from depression, and that was the moment I was like, oh, okay, I'm depressed. I'm actually gonna pull up my phone and read you guys what Scott Allen wrote. I have survived years, a life of depression. I often thought about giving up. I wouldn't be here if I had. I promise there will always be something worth holding on to. Never lose your fight. I won't if you won't. I love you, Scott Allen. Still, till this day, reading this just gets me. I won't if you won't. So if I can go through depression and survive and find the meaning and beauties in life, you can too. So don't ever give up, okay? Step 2, take ownership of your feelings and let it out. We spend way more time denying our feelings instead of acknowledging their existence and healing from them. I mean, it's understandable. Nobody wants to feel bad. No one wants to feel I'm depressed or anxious or jealous or insecure or hurt. So there's always shame and resistance that come with it. But the more you try to resist or silence its voice, the louder the child from within is gonna scream, and it'll come out in other unhealthy ways in your life. You may feel less energetic at work, you don't want to get out of your bed, you feel disinterested in a lot of things, you soak yourself in junk food all day, you pick up a fight with someone over a very small and ridiculous thing, you look at everything around you and you just feel irritated. You may feel out of control. I think it's so vital for us to recognize our feelings and take the ownership. There is power in our ownership. What I didn't know back then was that it took so much courage to admit you're going through a tough time, and that is okay. By externalizing your feelings, you already won half of the battle. People have different preference of how they want to deal with their feelings. I personally like to journal. I write my thoughts and feelings down on my notebooks or diaries. And if the feelings are too strong, I would choose to vocalize. I call my parents, who are a Pacific Ocean away from me. I'm really grateful to have such cool and untraditional Chinese parents who just accept all my weirdness. If you can't communicate with your family, reach out to your friends. Talk to people who you trust, who have your best interest at heart. And worst case, if there is nobody to talk to, which has happened to me countless times, when I had no one to talk to, I talked to my imaginary friends. For example, this one, a plant. His name is Chunky. I also talked to Panda, who has been through a lot with me. I'm really grateful. Thank you. Step 3, practice self-compassion. It's extremely hard to be kind and gentle to yourself when you're feeling bad. Your head will probably go like this. You suck. You're not good enough. You're never going to get better. What's the point of even trying? Stop. You don't deserve good things. Nobody's gonna love you. Saying that out loud makes me feel like a bitch. Can you imagine if you say those words to your best friend? That friendship would never last. So why would you talk to yourself like that? Next time when you catch your brain is talking like a bully again, how about saying something different like this? Hey, it's okay that you're feeling this way. You're allowed to feel bad. It's very strong of you to go through such a hard time on your own, and you're doing great. Tomorrow, we're gonna get up and do something nice to ourselves again. And let's do it little by little. There's no need to rush. I love you, I'm proud of you, and I will always be here to support you. Step 4, finding ways to fall in love with life again. Discover things that bring you passion and joy, even just a little bit. I put them into 2 categories. One is inserting love inward, and another is inserting love outward. Inserting love inward can look like cooking a meal for yourself, writing a love letter to yourself every morning. I really enjoy that one. Developing a new hobby, learning some new skills, reading a new book. List out 20 things that you love about yourself. It can be very small things, like I had a nice skincare routine last night. I slept 20 minutes earlier today than yesterday. I was kind and patient to the waiter at the restaurant. Inserting love outward can be you proactively smile to someone today, give a compliment to your friend, hug somebody today. I found that building new friendships have been fascinating to me. Creating connections with like-minded people has really helped me get out of myself and see how vast the world is. There's so much out there than just me and my depression. Also, feeding and playing with animals. I just enjoy watching them eat and hearing the sound of their chewing. I feel like nurturing another creature makes me feel nurtured as well. Those are all little things that you can implement when you feel bad, and you may not feel good afterwards immediately, but those things add up and you will slowly feel better, and you'll start to see the beauties in your life again and beauties in yourself. Tip number 5, seeking for professional help. Growing up in China, therapy was never a word to me. This whole concept of going to therapy wasn't introduced to me until like 2 or 3 years after I came to the US. And it took me a long time to fully embrace this idea, because at first I thought, what do you mean going to therapy? It just made me feel like there's something severely wrong with me and I don't want that. But after I slowly got into it, I realized it's nothing like what I thought it was. And there is no shame in going to therapy. If possible, I think everyone in this world should have access to therapy. We're all human beings, and sometimes it's so damn hard to be a human. Life can drive you crazy. We all need guidance. We need someone to remind us of our worth, our light, someone who can provide us with an objective point of view, someone to have faith in us. It took me a while to find the right therapist for me, but it was so worth it. Having the right fit with your therapist is kind of like finding a good match in a romantic relationship. You gotta find someone who you like, who you can vibe with, who you feel comfortable and safe to talk to, and that person has to genuinely care about your well-being, your creativity, your growth, and you as a whole person. I don't know if I'll be able to express my gratitude enough to my therapist, because she has been giving me so much love and support. She's seen possibilities in me that I've never seen before and encouraged me to get out of my past pain and go out there and create a new life for myself. And I know I probably won't be where I am today without her. If you have watched this far, thank you so much for sticking with me. I truly wish whatever I share today can make your heart feel lighter. And leave me a comment if any of the tips that I talked about today was helpful to you, and share with me what are some of your ways to deal with tough times. And again, the door to Pure English Academy is open. 如果你想要突破自己的英文口语技能，我非常期待你能加入纯真英语学院。你可以点击 description box 下面的邀请链接来参与和我免费交流的机会。Thank you for your love and support. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if there is a specific topic that you'd want me to include in my next English chatty video, be sure to let me know. Me and Panda wish you all the best, sending you lots of love. Mwah! See you next time. Bye!